morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Trading Live with Bubba. And, well, I mean, there's a little bit of action today. Markets were closed yesterday, but we're down about what they're down now. They were much lower and have come back. So there's a little bit of action to look at. We had a number of trades this morning. In fact, 6 was the number we made earlier today. But now we'll see if anything shows up while we're here together. There was just a buy in crude, which isn't profitable and already set up, so nothing to do there. But we'll see. Again, we'll see if we get some action. The selling has not created any damage to the overall markets. We're still in consolidation, so I wouldn't get too carried away. The volume is nicer today, so let's see if that. I'd like to see the volume get up to about here before the day is over. That'd be good. But you can see, if you look at the major indices, I mean, the selling has not really done any damage. In fact, if you're watching it, you'd have come down to support on the NASDAQ and could have been a potential buyer. You could have been a potential seller in the Russell. So there's been some, reasonable action. The Dow is probably a look at here. If you wanted to be a buyer here, I could see that. But overall, right now, we don't have a lot going on at the moment. But again, we're waiting for the anomaly. We're waiting for the panic or the fear or the chase. We're looking to take advantage of others. So right now it's very calm and very sideways. You can see that basically we've been in consolidation for the last half hour or so, pretty much across the board. So really nothing for us to get overly involved with right now. But we're ready. If we should get something, we're ready to go. Pretty wild move in the metals, and I'm looking for a spot to get short metals, and not because it's an opinion, but because I can see what's going on, and the dealers are stuck, and they're paying well under spot, so you could see some panic selling coming in here. But overall, like right now, as I said, there's really not much to do. So let's just take a look at the board and see if there's anything here. Apple has earnings next week, but again, we did trade Apple last week and it held, was profitable. And again, now there's nothing really to do here. I'd like to see it come down a little farther, but we probably won't be trading Apple this week because of earnings next week. So we'll see what that does. We're getting a little rally here. Let's just see if anything is happening for us to look at. We need quite a bit of a rally to get a trade for us here. So really nothing at the moment. Amazon earnings next week as well. Really in the middle of nowhere and really not much to do. Coin getting hammered. I mean, this is a pretty good spot to take a look. You're kind of on support. Bitcoin's getting cracked a little bit, so certainly would potentially look at selling coin put spreads. Let's see what they look like. I will be doing these for Friday the 23rd. And let's see here. 230, 227.50. If I can get $1, I would take that. I'm not going to do it for less. So I'll work that in. Let me put that order in. Crowd is right there as well. If you want to take a look at Crowd as a potential oversold candidate that you're looking for. Again, and remember, we don't need them to go in our favor. We just need them not to go against. Let's see, 447.50, 445. As you notice, I attack these right at the number because I want the bigger credit. And $1.08. Yeah, I can look at that. Crowd for $1.08. Okay, Ether, nothing. Meta, nothing. Google, nothing. INOQ, railing, still in solid consolidation, really nothing to do. IWM, nothing. MP, nothing yet. Microsoft, they had earnings next week, getting close, but I'm going to pass. MSTR, just really still in consolidation. Ran up to the top end, selling off. Netflix has earnings today, so there will be nothing there. Now, just to FYI, on Netflix, the expected move for today is $7 plus or minus, so 10% or so. If it goes outside of either side of the range, I'd be happy to take a position there. Okay, I don't care which way. If it blows up, I'll sell it. If it breaks down, I'll buy it. But nothing until then. NNE in the middle of nowhere. Nugget exploding once again. Certainly, gold has been wild. I'm going to look at Nugget. We haven't done this for a while, but I've stayed away from it. But I'm going to look at it right now. Call spreads in Nugget. Let's see, 257.50, 260 for $1.10. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Nugget. And NVIDIA under a little pressure today, but nothing for us yet to do. A little bit more selling we need. Palantir, need a little bit more selling to see if anything's going on here. And we rallied, and look at that. We rallied right into resistance and fell off a little bit. So you can see we're just kind of in this range. We're kind of tightly trading in consolidation. So let's go back here and see. QBTS, nothing for us to do. QQQ, getting close. A little bit further down, we'd probably sell some put spreads. SMCI, look at that. Still very tightly in consolidation. Tried to break out, break right back down in. SPY, right on the bottom line here. Okay. Coin filled, by the way. XYZ, nothing. Tesla, nothing. Win, nothing. XBI, nothing. And Zoom, nothing. So got a couple of trades, Coin, Crowd, and Nugget, okay, which we're in. Put spreads on Coin and Crowd, and call spreads on Nugget. And let's see if anything going on in here. As we push up against the top, really nothing, not a lot for us to do, so we'll watch and be patient. Again, there's not much to do, and as always, if you have questions, feel free to fire them in. That's always, I can always help you if I can. I'd be happy to answer any question that you have. But again, right now we got to wait. This is what we do. This is a game of patience, nothing else. And I have no idea where we're going to end up today. We could end up rallying. We could end up breaking down harder. Obviously, we're very much news driven now, but there is a little bit more action than there has been. So we'll continue to be aware and be ready. But overall, from a day trading standpoint, not much to do. And we'll see if we can get things going. Okay, so Nugget, Coin, and Crowd have all now filled. So we are officially in those trades, and those are for Friday. And from a trading standpoint, actively, there's really nothing in here. So we just have to sit back and be patient and wait. Again, you can look at the overall rest of the markets. You can see they're pretty much consolidating. Dollar is back down. We're looking at 98 to be a potential buyer. Euro currency looking to be a seller at about 118. Notes and bonds, interest rates are going higher. So all the rate cut BS that they talked about doesn't matter. I'd be a seller back at 112 if the notes rallied back to there. A seller at 115 of the bonds. But the notes are now, when they started cutting rates, the notes were 3.99. They're now 4.25. So telling you that the rate cuts do not help you. Bitcoin, really just in a range, 88 to 96. Gold, trying to break out once again. I think probably 4,800 would be the next area to look. Now, there is some things going on in the metals right now. And again, if you're trying to sell some some physical, it's been a real challenge. So, be careful there. Silver breaking out again. This parabolic is going to stop at some point. Platinum, copper, we're going crazy. So, but in the meantime, let's see what the markets look like here. And there's not a lot for us to do right now. We just have to be patient and wait for the opportunity. All right. So again, we don't have a reason to trade yet. We have no volume. We have no spike. We have no emotion. So there's nothing really for us to do yet. We just continue to watch. As I said, we did put on a couple of trades. So we'll see what that does. You are getting a pretty good rally. But we need probably another 50 ticks in the NASDAQ to get to trigger a trade. Another 12, 13 points in the S&P to trigger a trade. So we're kind of far away from anything to actually do right now. Gold, we're about probably about $14 from a trade. So again, we'll see. If we get it, great. If we don't, well, then we won't be involved. That's pretty much what it is. We don't get involved unless there's a reason for us to get involved. But again, we'll see what the news brings, see what the markets bring. But again, we need specific to trade actively. We need specific things to happen, and right now they're not happening. So we're not going to force them. We're going to sit back and relax. And if any of you would like to try the Market Mavericks as my guest for a week, email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. I'll let you check it out. That we trade every morning, either 9:15 to 9:45, or sometimes if there's news at 8:30. Those are Eastern times, by the way. We do it at 8:30. So if you want to shoot me an email at bubba@bubbatrading.com, I'll be happy to bring you in as my guest for a week. Check it out. But right now, we got nothing here. So we're going to just sit back and watch and relax and not be in a hurry. The Russell's now on its high of the day. How about that? It's still down, but high on its high of the day, but not a reason for us to sell yet. But it is a pretty big week for earnings. We got today after the close, Netflix. Tomorrow after the close, Kinder Morgan, no big deal. And I'm looking for some of the bigger names. Capital One, Alcoa on Thursday. So not a lot yet, but next week it's really big on earnings. Starting to sell off a little bit, but again, there's no reason for us to get involved in any of this right now. So we sit back and relax. All right. So again, we'll sit here and wait. Again, I'm not going to force a trade. Okay. We're not going to try to jump in here and do things that are uncharacteristic. We'll sit here and watch it. Other than that, I don't have a lot to tell you. Certainly, you can see the failure at resistance on the S&P. But again, I don't trade that. I don't trade those tight ranges. I'm looking for one specific trade, and that's based on volume. And we don't have the price movement, nor do we have the volume right now. So, and maybe we'll get something, maybe we won't. But we did have 6 trades earlier this morning. And again, if you want to check it out, feel free to email me. But right now, nothing. We need up here. Right now, as it stands, we need to go up here to sell the Russell. We need up here to sell the S&P. And we need it done with some volume. So, again, we're not in a hurry. We're not going to force it. But I would assume the S&P is going to come back down to 68.88 or so. Stay within inside that range. But I don't see much happening. I don't think much is going to go on here. But we'll see. We'll stick around. Check it out. Right, a little selling right now. See if the NASDAQ breaks back into this range. But it doesn't look like it. Looks like it's going to be a, we put on, as I said, 3 trades: coin, crowd, put spreads, nugget, call spreads. We sold for $1.08, $1.10. And we'll see you on Thursday. Remember, I do a market 120 every day, giving you an idea of what's going on early in the morning, which I did say this morning that there was no damage done based on the selling. So have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here on Thursday.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.